Good morning, dear students. In lecture 1 of lesson 8, we had studied about natural resources, its planning and conservation. Today, in lecture 2 of lesson 8, we will continue with soil and its formation, types of soil, and the distribution of soil in various places in India. We'll now begin with the objectives of lecture 2, soil and its formation. One has to know the purpose of conserving natural resources in order to preserve the soil, as soil takes a number of years to form. When we have to go to the classification of soil, which is our third point, one must know soil is classified in different types, as not all the vegetation or the crops can be grown in a particular type of soil. Now we will have a detailed study about soil and its formation. To begin with, let us know what does the word soil mean. Soil is a thin layer of material covering the earth's surface and is formed from the weathering of rocks. It is made up of mainly mineral particles, organic materials, air, water, and living organisms, all of which interact slowly yet constantly. In short, it is a thin natural mixture of minerals and biotic elements which have the capacity to grow and develop vegetation. Now let us know the two terms which you have heard. One is weathering of rocks. What does the word weathering mean? Weathering is the breaking down or dissolving of rocks and minerals on Earth's surface, like water, ice, acids, salts, plants, animals, and changes in temperature, which are all agents of weathering. Once a rock has been broken down, a process called erosion transport, which we are going to read in our next lecture, that is lecture 3 of soil erosion. We'll also come to know the term biotic. What does the word biotic mean? It is also known as biotic factors or biotic components. It can be described as any living component that affects another organism or shapes the ecosystem. This includes both animals that consume other organisms within their ecosystem and the organism that is being consumed. Now we'll go in a detailed study of soil formation. Generally, the part of the surface of the earth wherein the vegetation grows is known as soil formation. There are many factors affecting the formation of soil. Soil has 5 factors as you see on the screen. One is it depends on the parent rock, relief, flora, fauna and microorganisms, climatic conditions and the concept of time. We'll begin with the parent rock. Parent rock, it determines color, texture, chemical properties, mineral content and permeability. So let us understand what a parent rock means. Parent rock refers to the original rock from which something else was formed. It is mainly used in the context of soil formation where the parent rock depends on. It is also known as parent material, normally which has a large influence on the nature of a resulting soil. Now when we come to the question of what does the word permeability means, in this some rocks have pores in them which are empty spaces. If these pores are linked, then fluid like water can flow through the rock. If fluid can flow through the rock, then the rock is permeable. In short, the word permeable is that which allows liquids or gases to pass through. We once again come to the next point, which is the relief. Relief can either be said as relief features. They are those features which are related to landscape of those areas like mountains, altitudes, valleys, types of land, and the height of mountain. Here the word altitude refers to the height above sea level of a location. Geographically, we may also use the word elevation. Let us also come to know what the word accumulation means. Accumulation means gathering together. We'll go through the third point, which is depending on climate. The climatic factors are also one which helps the soil to form. It depends on temperature, rainfall and its influence, rate of weathering and humus. We've already come through the term what weathering means. Now let us go through the term humus. Humus is the organic component of soil which is formed by the decomposition or decay of leaves and other plant material by microorganisms. Microorganisms. We have here to discuss about what microorganisms are. They are tiny particles which cannot be seen with our naked eyes. We'll just now proceed with flora, fauna and microorganisms. These are the factors which affect the rate of humus formation. The last point which we are going to discuss is the time factor. As said in the introduction, it is not easy for the soil to form. It takes many number of years for the soil to form. So time is one of the factors. And hence it is said that determines thickness of soil profile. Depends on time.
Weathering.
This rock is smaller, but it looks like the same type of rock as this mountain.
Weathering happens over time. It's a process. Weathering can break large rocks into small rocks. Weathering breaks smaller rocks down further into soil, sand, or even tiny particles called sediment. But what causes weathering? Water, ice, wind, plants, heating and cooling. All of these things affect the earth and play a part in breaking rocks down into smaller pieces. They are the causes or agents of weathering. Water. Some of these agents can cause change physically. That is, just by the force of contacting the rock. Water, in all its forms, is the most powerful agent. The physical force of water and ice can break rocks and wear away their surfaces. When water freezes in cracks in rocks, it expands. It gets bigger. The force of expanding water is